What is going on in the world? How do we navigate? How do you make money? How do you stay in shape? How do you have good relationships? We need to know how the world works, how people work, how these systems, what the fuck is going on? If you know, then you can navigate. If you know how economics and business and money works, you can make money. If you don't, you buy lottery tickets and that's your only hope. If you know how the body works and this and that, you can be in shape. If you don't, you just eat what tastes good and you get fat. What is going on? The most important question. And a lot of us, I want to talk about, is it education or is it entertainment? I define education as learning about things that help you navigate life. Entertainment is something that evokes emotions that we enjoy, whether it's, it's exciting, it's scary, it's funny. And both are wonderful, but are you putting time into getting this education so you know what's going on? And there's a problem here. I want to talk about it. I'm going to get to a little game in a second, in fact, but I notice this with kids, my kids, because I want them to have these tools. I want them to know what's going on. And just teaching them what is real and what isn't is difficult. And that's something that adults, what is real? Is Bitcoin a real value or not? What is happening? What is important? This is something we struggle with our whole life. So why do we teach kids things that aren't real? It bothers me, right? And I get it, and some of it is not that, no one thing. Listen, that's the whole Santa Claus, for example, right? But I have trouble telling my kids something that's not true. A guy flies on a sled, goes down a chimney. In one night, billions of people. It doesn't make any sense. I can't teach her that. But we had a discussion the other day. She said, Daddy, the tooth fairy's real. Because, I told her the truth. What happens? You lose your tooth and then your parents come in. No, she's like, so-and-so, she put her tooth under the thing and everybody was asleep. And the next morning, there was money there. This is proof. And apparently some adult was telling her it happened. I was like, listen, Gala, I said, listen, sometimes adults tell people things that aren't true for whatever reason, but, there's no tooth fairy. She's like, no, she insisted. I said, okay, fine, listen, believe what you want. I don't, it's fine, Maybe you're right. Don't, it's fine. I let her hold her opinion, but I'm not going to compromise. I want to be a source of I'm always being truthful. Now, I might be wrong when I'm being truthful, but at least I'm doing my best, and I'm not intentionally trying to steer her wrong. And you may think I'm just crazy. Maybe I am. But I think this is a very important topic. So many people are lost in the world and they don't know what's going on. We should take more time with this education. Like I said, education is giving knowledge that helps us navigate life. Now, kids go to school from, 6 hours in school, and then they give you 2 hours of homework. That's education. Is it? When you graduate high school, do you have the tools you need to make money? Do you have the tools you need to know how to be healthy? Do you have the tools you need to have good relationships? To try to get married? Do you have all, maybe some. But for that much time every day for 10 years, how much real education is going on, if you give it that, my definition? And it's not even entertaining either. Now, some entertainment may be educational. Gary Vaynerchuk, Tai Lopez, right? If you listen to them, these are experts, successful people, done well, who make these videos on YouTube teaching you how to navigate life. That's education. You may learn more in one Gary V or Tai Lopez video than you will in a whole year in school. I mean, if it's about how to make money, right? They're not going to teach you anything in school. At least before high school, there's zero about money. So you'll learn more education about money from a Tai Lopez video, and it's entertainment, than you would get from thousands of hours in school, which is boring. The point of this video is to bring to your consciousness a little bit throughout the day. Is it education or is it entertainment? and try to think of how much time you want to put into education. It's very valuable. That's how you navigate life. And it feels good when you know what the fuck's going on, and when no one else does. You feel smart. It's nice. So we're going to play a little game. It's called, is it entertainment or is it education? The evening news. Let's start with the easy one. The local evening news. Entertainment or education? Entertainment. You're not learning anything to help you navigate your life. There's a fire down the street. That's it. It's on there because it's entertainment. It's like, oh my God, a fire. Look at that. This is going to help you tomorrow, right? Sports. Who won the games? It's not going to help you tomorrow. It's fun. You follow the sports because it's entertaining. Trump said something stupid. Is that going to help you? No. You say, well, I need to know what's going on in the world. Listen, when they changed the tax rate, when the bill was passed, talk to your accountant, tells you how it affects you. Now you know. That's all the education you need. Otherwise, it doesn't really affect you. Or, it's going to affect the stock market. Okay, again, after it passes, get the details, read about it. Fine. But following this play-by-play, day-to-day politics shit, if Trump gets impeached, if he gets kicked out of office, I'll read about it that day. Who's next? Okay, Pence is coming in, I know. Great. I don't need to follow the day-to-day. That's entertaining. Right? The most valuable education you get from news is the weather. So you know whether you're going to bring an umbrella tomorrow. Other than that, pretty useless. What about a Reddit debate about securing your cryptocurrency on the blockchain? Big thread on Reddit. Education or entertainment? Entertainment. Because you get educated by listening to experts. If somebody who doesn't know anything teaches you something, you're not learning anything, except maybe you're learning something wrong. You only listen to experts, so you know you're getting the right advice. Bunch of people talking on Reddit. Maybe somebody's an expert, but you don't know that. Following that information is dangerous. Now, it may be fun to read some of these Reddit threads, and maybe there's something, but it's dangerous to me if you consider that education. Now, if an expert, if Jed McCaleb posts a Reddit thread about something about Stellar that's happening, and then there's a conversation and he's chiming in, well, then it's going to be education, assuming you're trying to navigate what to do with Stellar, right? So it can be, but it's about who you're listening to. What about reading a good book? Education or entertainment? Yes, you guessed it. It depends what the book is, right? Good meaning you enjoy it, or, but what does good even mean? I have sort of a trick question. If it's fiction, now I understand sometimes fiction expands your mind in ways you haven't thought of before, and somehow that helps you with your life or creativity. Possible. But usually fiction is for entertainment. Non-fiction, well, it has to, if it's written by an expert and well written, you can learn. Learning about history can help you understand today. Learning about amazing people who have done great things and how they did it can help you navigate your own life, or simply how-to books out of how this works helps you understand what's going on today. That's education. Helps you navigate your life, or just, what is that book I read? There's a great book about marriage. Talks about communication. You read that, you're going to be more knowledgeable. Your relationship will be better. That's education. So it depends what the book is. Hollywood movie about Pearl Harbor. Important historical event in a Hollywood movie. Entertainment or education? Or both? Entertaining. If it's Hollywood, I'm pretty entertaining, usually. Educational, they don't care about the facts. And they're not, whether they talk to experts or not, they care about the entertainment and your emotions, not about the truth. No Hollywood movie should be considered education. What about a documentary on the History Channel about World War II? Understanding what happened in World War II. Those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it. Let's not repeat World War II, right? Well, that could be education. Assuming it was made by, a lot of these things, check who created it, and are they reliable, are they experts? But there's no reason a documentary couldn't be education. What about a YouTuber with 1 million followers explaining to you the best crypto investments? Education or entertainment? Well, again, depends if it's an expert. Just because you have 1 million followers does not make you an expert. Maybe you're funny. Maybe you did a lot of advertising. Maybe, you got, half-naked women standing behind you when you talk about your crypto. You got 1 million followers. Doesn't mean you're an expert. But, Andreas Antonopoulos, there's an expert. Studied computer science, been doing this for a long time. This guy's an expert. And I don't know how many followers he has. He should have 1 million. But whatever it is, he's an expert. Not because he has the followers, but because he's an expert. Budget your day. What about Shark Tank? Entertainment or education? Both. It's entertaining. And those investors, those are 5 experts who are investing in businesses. You're getting their opinion. I think you can learn something. It's not super educational to me, but it's entertaining and, you learn a little. I think it's also a great show for kids. So it's important to be aware of this, I think, and budget your time. Oh, one more. Video games. Okay, so obviously video games are entertaining. But there is some things are gamification of education. Sometimes these things can be mixed. Like I said, education can be entertaining. Games can be educational. Gamification of education programs can improve the education. So these things can be mixed together. Bottom line is, be aware of how much time you're putting into both. And a lot of people are 100% entertainment, and especially with kids. There's very little education going on, and don't be so quick to just think the 8 hours spent in or doing schoolwork is educational. Because ask yourself, is this going to help them when they need to make money, maintain good relationships, and be healthy? Right? Trigonometry, I spent a whole friggin' year on it. I still don't know what it is. And I got A's. What a waste of fucking time. And, I'm not going to get into the whole school thing. But be conscious of how much time is spent for education, how much for entertainment, and also think twice on what you think is education and think, is this really helping me navigate life? And sometimes things that we think are educational are not. And when it comes to kids, you know what? One more thing with the kids. So I started reading. I'm going to show you. Kids, reading books. Very important, right? Every book is a made-up story, and I'm constantly telling my daughter, well, that's not real, and that's not real. Princesses, there's a big problem. It's real, but they don't really have power. Right? I mean, it's like, what was that movie? The Minions. And it's not even like an old, they're like, the Queen of England, she rules England. And I'm just like, if the Queen doesn't fucking rule England, why are they obsessed with autocracy, Disney? Anyways, there's these books. I just got these for my daughter. We read a book at night. What was the age of the dinosaurs? Who was Helen Keller? These are kids' books. Who was Walt Disney? Oh my God. And when I read it to her, it's kind of exciting to her. I put it in, this is real. We're talking about dinosaurs. This is real. It's and then when I think about it, I'm like, there's no other book that she reads that talks about anything that is real. Let's get real, right? I think that's it. Let me know your thoughts.